Is this thing... Welcome back to the Failed podcast. I hope you've been enjoying what we're doing right now. We're trying something a little bit new. We are doing short segments so that we can keep the wisdom, keep the knowledge that we have learned from others, that we have learned through my life experiences. Let me adjust my chair. It feels a bit low. There we go. And the goal is just to encourage you. The goal is to shift the mind of those that fail, because failure, it just happens. And I know a lot of us are aware that failure is a teacher, that failure helps us if we harness it the right way. But for a lot of people, there's failures that they haven't faced. They don't realize what comes from it, and it has already given something to you that maybe you've overlooked. And so if you've had a good amount of failures in your life that have embarrassed you, that have made you doubt yourself and made you kind of slow down in chasing your dream, here's today's topic. By the way, thank you for tuning into the Failed podcast. I am your host, Sam Esquivel. Don't forget to subscribe right here to our YouTube channel so we can keep this content rolling along. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And here we go. Today's, I guess I'm calling it topics. And it's this: the power of resilience. The power of resilience. And we're talking about the main topic, the overarching topic is failure. Hence the Failed podcast. And so here we go. I got another quote a few episodes back. I quoted Winston Churchill. Apparently he's quoted a lot. When you type in interesting quote, blah, 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 and he pops up a lot. But anyways, when they're good, they're good. And so here we go. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. And today's main point, today's main lesson is this, is that resilience is the key to bouncing back from failure. Resilience means you can take a punch. It means you got a strong jaw. It means that you are a lot stronger, a lot tougher. You have more, thicker skin than you realize. And all of us are resilient to a certain extent, but we can build that up if we take note of what we go through. And if we take note that maybe what I thought failure was going to do to me, it didn't accomplish it. It did hurt, but not as much as I thought. It did set me back, but it didn't stop me. Failure happened. And yeah, I was embarrassed to talk about it, but now I talk about it and I help others whenever they face the same failure that I have gone through. And so resilience is the key to bouncing back. Believing in yourself is the key to bouncing back. Remembering who you are, right? That you can take more than the world gives you. And then you come back for some more. It means you're ready for the fight. It means that you're ready for the climb up the hill or the speed humps that happen. They're not going to deter you. They're not going to stop you. You know who you are. You know how smart you are. You know how much your dream can contribute to the world. You know why you're trying to reach certain levels of financial success. You know what you're made of. And that is what the power of resilience is all about, is knowing who you are. And who you are is powerful. As humans, we can endure a lot, whether it's mental and physical and even failures and, all kinds of stuff we can endure. We are resilient people if we're aiming for something, because if there's nothing that you're dreaming for, nothing that you're aiming for, then there's no reason to be resilient. Then you can just rest. Then you can just stop. But everything that we want and desire, we're here for a short amount of time on this earth, and resilience keeps us moving forward. getting closer, redirecting and learning from our failures so that we can get closer and closer to our dreams. Quitting, my friend, quitting is not an option. Quitting pops up, and it may pop up in our head, but our resilience says, why should I quit when I have what it takes? I have had what it took to get me here, right? Let's say you're 10 steps in and you went back a few steps. You have what it takes to get back to 10, and then from 10 to move forward. Our resilience, when we look back, we say we have overcome. We have faced this or that, and it didn't stop me. And so here's some takeaways. Here's the first takeaway. Develop resilience to persevere through tough times. That's when you need it. Is that sometimes, we don't need to be resilient when things are going good, when things are going smooth, when our plan is going according to plan. But what happens whenever the unexpected happens? That's when resilience comes in. Resilience comes in whenever we're alone, whenever it's a bit dark, whenever it's a bit uncertain. We are resilient enough to keep going when we're going through things. So there is power in your resilience, right? The second takeaway we got for today is view failure as a temporary setback, not a permanent condition. A permanent condition is how it feels in the moment. It feels very strong, and then depending on what it is, it takes effort and it takes money, time, and who knows what else to get out of it. But that is not your spot. If that failure and what it's causing is not your dream, then here you go. That is not your stopping point. That is not your pit stop. That is just along the way. That's where you find yourself. But the power of resilience is needed in those moments more than ever. Believing in yourself, believing in your strength, believing in your mental capacity and how strong you are, and your positive self-talk. Resilience is key because it has nothing to do with those voices around you, the people around you. No, it's the belief in yourself that you can keep going, that you can do more. And that's what I want to tell you today, is that resilience will pop up when you need it the most. But start developing how you see yourself now when maybe things aren't bad. Know your value. Understand your dream and your ultimate goals and what you're chasing. How it will be a blessing to you, to those around you, I'm hoping for generations to come. So that when you find yourself alone questioning this and that and looking at the budget and the checklist and you're so behind, you need this and you need that, and it's coming at you, left and right, you can look inside yourself. You can remember who you are and say, I can, and I can keep going. You have it in you. The power of resilience. You're going to need it in these journeys of chasing big dreams, right? Of showing up, because what you have is important. What you have, it just might be a blessing to someone else. And so don't give up, and don't give up on yourself. That's what we got today. Thank you for tuning into the Failed Podcast. I am your host, Sam Esquivel. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me if this stuff is helping you, if you're enjoying it. Like and subscribe and share. Help us grow this channel so that we can keep putting the message of overcoming failure in life. Because I'm just tired of people quitting because they fail. I want them to be resilient, to keep going. Because imagine if all of us captured the dreams that we had. I think the world would be a better place. Y'all have a good one.